Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Thanks for joining me again. It has been a few weeks. If you've noticed, I've been posting every other week instead of every week for the last couple of weeks. I haven't been feeling great, and I'm happy to finally announce to everybody that I am pregnant with our second. My husband and I are really excited, and I believe I'm about 10 weeks along. I can't remember exactly, but essentially I've just been really morning sick as of about 6 weeks pregnant. So just super nauseous and sick and exhausted. Coming at you from the couch. I'm in a semi laying down position because sitting up pretty much makes me really queasy. And my hair is just thrown up and I don't have any makeup. So this is just the realness of this video. I'm not going to apologize for it. I think it's important to show the real side of things, especially when one is morning sick. It is not all glamour. And I love mom vloggers and mom bloggers, but when I always see these beautiful portraits of these pregnant women, I feel a little discouraged. Like, I don't understand why I'm the one that looks like an old hag when I'm sick. But you know what? That's the reality. Maybe they're not showing it. That's fine, their choice. But I'm choosing to be more real. I really want to be real on this channel and real on Instagram. And I think it's really hard to be real because there's just a lot of pressure to have beautiful images and beautiful videos because people respond to beauty, and beauty is a great thing. And I don't know how this is turning into a rant on beauty and realness, but there you go. I guess what I'm trying to say is I just want to be honest and real with you guys, and I'm just so happy to be able to finally be able to publicly share that I'm pregnant, because I feel like one of the things that's been making vlogging so difficult and even posting on my Instagram so hard is pregnancy has now just become my day in, day out thing that's been kind of dictating my life, and it's like hard to share about the day when I can't talk about my pregnancy. So I'm really glad that I'm finally at a point where I feel comfortable sharing about my pregnancy. I really wanted our kids, I know, for there to be sibling dynamic, but so we're really excited about that. My son, you haven't met him yet. Well, some of you have because you know me personally, but he is super extroverted, just like me, loves socializing, loves talking to other people. So I can't wait for him to have a sibling and for them to have each other. But anyway, basically that's why I've been filming every other week. I've just been so exhausted. It's just this feeling of being starving, but everything smelling disgusting. My sense of smell is so heightened. Everything tasting disgusting, you know, most foods not wanting to stay down, and then just being really hungry because I have myself to feed and I have my baby to feed. And when I started getting sick, I think around 6 weeks pregnant, I think I'm 10 weeks now, I stopped breastfeeding pretty much that week because I was feeling super sick because, you know, when you wake up in the morning, it's the reason why it's called morning sickness. People are usually more sick in the morning, even though it's a total BS name because some women, including me, are sick all day and all night. But in the morning is particularly bad because you've gone all night without eating and your baby's still taking those nutrients. And so you wake up and you're like really, really hungry and really, really queasy. So what was happening was I'd be like really queasy and hungry around 3 a.m. because I would have nursed my son like 2 or 3 times in the night. So with this pregnancy and with this sickness, some good things have come in terms of the fact that I'm done nursing, which I know some women think that's horribly shameful. My son is 16 months and I finished nursing him. I'm not going to nurse him until he's 4. No, sorry, no, not going to do that. And it was actually surprisingly easy. It was probably only difficult for about 1 day. Maybe I should do an extended video on that. But yeah, it was like, I mean, I'd slowly been weaning him. Like he didn't nurse that much during the day. After, you know, 1 or 2 days of being really kind of engorged and uncomfortable, I had to pump maybe once or twice. My body just adjusted and the milk dried up after 1 week, and my son is totally fine, and now he loves drinking regular milk, like cow's milk. Literally, when I open the fridge, he runs to the fridge and grabs the jug of milk out the fridge. So we had a hard time getting him to drink cow's milk, and now he loves drinking cow's milk. So that's a good thing. And we trained him to sleep through the night because I couldn't handle waking up in the middle of the night when I was feeling sick. So that's pretty amazing. I'm kind of bummed that it took me to being really sick to motivate me and my husband to really get our kids to sleep through the night. And again, I'll make a video about that, but it's pretty amazing to have your kids sleep through the night. I know people who have kids who are over 2 and 3 years old and their kids still don't sleep through the night, and it does wonders for your psychology, for your emotional, mental health to just get uninterrupted rest. And while I'm still waking up around 3 or 4 every morning because of hunger and the baby, I'm just so grateful that my son is sleeping through the night. So basically this video is just an update. It's just sharing that I'm pregnant, sharing that I've been really under the weather, just really morning sick. I guess I also wanted to share just the few foods that are working for me, so that if any of you out there who are watching this are also morning sick or are thinking of getting pregnant and are worried about the morning sickness, some of the things that are helping me, hold on, I think someone's coming out. So some of the things that I've been able to keep down are pitiful list. Graham crackers are okay. Like nothing tastes good, like nothing's satisfying, but graham crackers have been okay. Bread and cream cheese has been great. I was doing bread and butter and jelly for a long time, and the butter would just sit on my mouth and just be oily and heavy and nasty. Same thing with cheese, which is sad. But I could put cream cheese on toast, which is great. I could put a slice of turkey on toast, which is great. I've been eating cream of wheat. I left the window open. Sorry for the noise. I was able to eat cream of wheat with a little bit of milk, and pretty much that's the only stuff that I've been able to eat. I do a little bit of ginger ale when I'm feeling particularly bloated and gassy, which is also part of pregnancy. You're welcome. And a banana every once in a while. Citrus helps, and putting a little bit of lemon in my water actually does wonders. It really helps me drink way more water than before. So that's pretty much it though. I'm like dying. I've been binge watching like every food show on Netflix because, and I did this when I was pregnant with my first son, Charlie, because I love food. Like I've always loved food. Like I thought I was going to be a chef when I was younger. And I hate this idea that like I'm repulsed by this thing that I love so much. I watch all these food shows hoping that I will like keep my appreciation for food alive while I'm feeling like food is my worst enemy. So that's been great. If you haven't seen Somebody Feed Phil, great show. And there's another one. It's called Ainsley Eats the Streets. It's like this chef that goes around the world eating street food. I started watching Ugly Delicious. I've already watched all of Chopped. Like, it's just, if you want a suggestion for a food show, I can suggest it. So just let me know in the comments if you want a suggestion for some food shows. But other than that, what else was I going to tell you guys? I guess just that this channel for me is going to be kind of morphing into what works for my lifestyle. And I also want you guys to kind of see my life as it plays out, because I think it's one thing for me to sit here and tell you kind of like what I like to do, but it's another thing to show you. And I would love to kind of take you on that journey. And I also think it's more realistic for me to vlog that way, because taking the time to sit down and set up a vlog is really challenging. And what I'd like to do is I'm going to be getting a vlogging camera that has a mic so that I can kind of like have it with me when I'm working, or have it with me when I'm at the park with my son, or have it with me when I'm out grocery shopping or whatever, because I'm going to have 2 kids here pretty soon. And I'm really nervous about that. And it's going to be crazy, but it's going to be a wild ride. And I'm just really pumped to be able to share that with you all. I'm super excited. I haven't chosen a vlogging camera yet, but it's something that I've just decided that needs to happen. And I would love to kind of have you all get to know me better through that and see kind of what it's like to be a mom of 2 that works from home and how crazy that's been. So yeah, I guess that's it. Another thing I'm going to be doing is, as I walk you through my pregnancy, sharing kind of how my last pregnancy went in comparison to this pregnancy. One of the things that I love about this pregnancy so far is I'm definitely not as sick as I was with Charlie, but I'm definitely still really sick. But one of the things I love is that I have a certified nurse midwife this time. I was looking to go to an OD, but she was like on this leave, and I have a small medical group now because I have an HMO insurance instead of a PPO insurance like I did before. And so they said, we have a bunch of certified nurse midwives. You could see an OB-GYN, but the OB-GYNs were busy, and I really wanted to go see the doctor because I was feeling very sick. So I said, that's fine. I'll see a certified nurse midwife. They have like 7 or something. Just for the sake of like going in, I really wanted to hear my baby's heartbeat. I don't know about you moms, but when I am pregnant, even though like I know I'm pregnant and everything seems fine or normal, like, you know, you're sick and that's normal, I just want to know the baby's growing in the right place, and I want to hear the heartbeat. I want to know that everything's okay. The certified nurse midwife was the soonest open appointment, so I took that, even though I didn't really intend to go to a nurse midwife, not because I was actually really thinking about it, but I wanted to see the OD first. And I met with the certified nurse midwife, and I was so pleasantly surprised. She was so just amazingly kind. And my last doctor that I had with Charlie was a complete and utter nightmare, and people were like, why didn't you change? Like, to be quite honest with you, he didn't show this side of himself until I was like 34 weeks pregnant, and it was just this horrible person came out that was literally forcing me to have a C-section even though everything was fine. It was the weirdest thing ever. Maybe I'll go into a birth story about that later. Because I think what's really important is that you're aware that people like this exist, like they really do exist. And the thing is I didn't know any different because it was my first baby and I didn't have anyone really, I mean, you have so many people giving you opinions and it's almost to the point where I just don't want people constantly influencing me. And like I said, everything seemed fine up until 34 weeks. That's my son. But anyway, I just wanted to compare it to now where the certified nurse midwife was amazing. She said that all the midwives, they kind of rotate and I'll meet them all, and that I will deliver at the hospital, which for me brings me comfort. Like I actually am comforted being in the hospital, and I don't like when people tell me like, oh, like why would you do that? That's so stressful. I gave birth at home, which was way better because I don't have to be around stressful hospital equipment. Okay, well, hospital equipment may be stressful for you. Some people are really freaked out when they're in the hospital. I actually am the opposite. I'm way more calm in the hospital because I feel like if something really bad were to happen, that there's doctors and, surgery facilities or whatever that's needed, like right there. But again, you need to have someone that really is looking out for you and the good health of you and your child, which I really feel with this nurse midwife. And she made it very clear to me, like, just because I'm a midwife doesn't mean I do births at home. Like, she was just so clear about everything. She was so respectful. She's so sweet. And I'm feeling really excited and confident about kind of the second pregnancy. I'm also in a way better place than I was before when I was pregnant with Charlie. My husband so I found out I was pregnant on a Wednesday. My husband was let go from his job on that Friday. So you can imagine that. And I was working at a coffee shop, which was really grueling work, getting up at 5:30 in the morning to work a 6-hour shift on my feet, feeling really sick, working in the kitchen too with morning sickness. So just imagine. And then after that, I quit the coffee shop job seriously because we just needed more money and I couldn't stand the smells anymore. And they were super nice about me leaving so quickly. And I started working at the ad agency that I used to work at, and that was like 50 to 60-hour work weeks, really intense work, really hard work. Definitely formed me for the rest of my marketing career that I've had so far, and so I'm really grateful for it. But man, doing that pregnant was character building stuff, let me tell you. So that's just the foundation, I guess. Like, this pregnancy is so different. I'm working from home, I'm working part-time. I have a certified nurse midwife that I really get along with, and because my husband and I have kind of been through it once, we feel a lot more confident and less scared about it. So yeah, lots of things to be grateful for. I'm definitely not going to shy away from sharing the challenges. One thing that I kind of really don't like about a lot of pregnancy and mom bloggers and vloggers and Instagrammers is that we're constantly like, it's been hard, but man, I'm just so blessed and I'm just so happy and I'm full of joy. I'm like, you're not full of joy when you are literally throwing up your guts. I mean, I'm sorry. There are days that I'm not full of joy. And like, I have moments where I'm like, I remember that there's, crossing my fingers and praying that there's going to be a healthy, beautiful baby at the end of this. But for the most part, I'm just feeling worn out and sick of feeling sick. So I'm just going to be real with you all. Yes, I'm super grateful that I have the ability to get pregnant because I know that there are a lot of women who can't and they're really in pain because of that. And I mean, we all have our different challenges and different things that we just suffer through. And I'm not trying to discredit the pain of those women by saying that being pregnant also is suffering. And it also is really hard, but I think really worth it. So yeah, just stick with me on this journey. Subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it and if you want to see more content about my pregnancy and just this whole journey in general. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys being with me along this, and I'm so excited to keep you up to date of everything that's happening. And I'll see you next week. Bye.